right, guys, welcome to our first Madden 22 play breakdown here. This is a CFM game the other day against Josh. We're going to do some film breakdown and just see what we can do for some coaching here. And I don't want this to come from like a place of like, wow, I know so much more than you or anything like that. But just some things that I thought maybe we could take from it. I like to rewatch our games, so I think it's helpful that we record them. And then you can kind of look back through and see what we did wrong and how we can maybe attack it and fix it later. So if you look here, I'm on defense and I am in a cover 3 sky. And you can see that if you look here, the software should allow me to do this. You can see a high safety. You can see a corner over here and a corner over here. I know that they're a little bit off the screen here. And then this safety is dropped down into the box here. And so he's going to be in more of a run fit and also be responsible for either, this is a cover 3 buzz, and he's going to be responsible for a little hook curl here in the middle of the field, or he could be responsible for a flat out here, which in this case, this is a cover 3 sky, and in this particular defense, that is where he's going to play. Now, Josh has a nice little concept going on here of some crossing routes, and you'll see the play breakdown here in a second. But basically, there's a play action where you have a deep crosser over the top here, a cross in front of that, and then you've got a tight end on what's an interesting route here. It's more of like a delayed whip route, so he's going to block for a second, and then he's going to come up, go over, and then out. And then you'll also see the Christian McCaffrey, who's on the play action here. He's going to leak out into the flat real nice. So the idea with this play here is that you're kind of creating, 4 different levels, one of which is delayed with that tight end right over here. And the idea is that you're going to find a way at some point to split the defense. Now, if you look specifically with these back 2 routes here, the idea is that, if this guy is dropping back, this guy is dropping back into a cover 3, and this guy is dropping back, at some point, this flat defender, who in this case is in a sky, here maybe we should actually use purple, who's in a sky flat, or not a sky flat. Wow, the name is escaping me right now, but it's not a seam flat. We'll just call it a deep purple for the sake of the video right now that I can't recall. But basically, he's going to play about 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. In this setup, at some point, you're either going to split with these guys here. The idea is that they're going to run along, and it's going to split in between those 2 zones, or this flat defender is going to come down, and he's going to play down low enough that he's going to split the deep defender on the outside here, and he's going to split right in between, and then he's going to be able to camp right there, and you'll hit that. Now, Josh hit this on me, I think, once previous. Yeah, you can see he's got 6 points up here. He has hit that on me earlier in the evening. So what I'm going to do, you're going to see me user the safety here, and I'm going to follow this guy. It's a run fake, so I'm going to come on inside. I'm going to follow him up here. And we're going to watch this play. It occurred 3 different times here. And you're going to see the defense, me do something a little different each time. But I want you to pay attention to what happens on offense here. All right, so let's take a look at this. Pause right here. The guy that I controlled, actually, I think I had a hook curl, right? So I got that part wrong there. I apologize on that. You can see I'm following at the user, so that's not there, right? So that is taken away. Now you have this guy who's going to come over top of that, right? And so Josh has to make a decision here if he believes this safety, or not safety, this cornerback who dropped back is going to be, I can't get this other color here. If this guy is going to be dropping back and covering over top, which that's where he's running, so that's what he's going to do. Which means he now has a decision. He has to take his eyes off of that. He's got to look here, and then this guy on the whip route, he's got to look here. And what you're going to see is the whip route's open, but because this guy comes down and he covers that. So basically I have an idea to split here. I'm covering that, not going to happen. And there's a guy over top, so that's not going to happen. And now we have to watch the split. And it didn't work out. He ran out of bounds and, well, he threw it away, right? I think he does run it here, so we're going to hit the fast forward here. I'm going to try to find, you can see that I'm basically sticking in cover 3 sky. And I know that he's ran this before, so my entire goal here is just to run and cover Tyreek, right? I'm going to let my underneath guys cover the flats. Now, again, yeah, so he got it out. So my guy didn't come out to the flat on time, and he's just barely, oh, come on. I'm doing this wrong. I apologize, guys. This is, again, the first time. Get out of here. There we go. He's able to leak out here, and he's able to get it up and get it upfield right around my dropping safety. Or safety or corner. Maybe a linebacker. I don't know. I'm not paying attention. Why are you listening to me? But if you notice, this zig route, again, this delay zig is open, and that's probably what's good to hit here. Now, this is Christian McCaffrey, so he's good. He can get around there, which is helpful, but let's continue watching. So look, you saw this guy. He just walked down, and he just walked down right here. Okay, he was floating up here earlier when I called the cover 3 sky, and you know, he technically is responsible for up here somewhere 10 to 15 yards. I just brought him down further because I shaded underneath. Now that's going to be hard for you to recognize on offense until the snap, because that guy could also be blitzing. But in that case, maybe he would block the tight end or something like that. But we're going to call it again here. You're going to see me cover deep. You're going to see me cross again with Tyreek Hill. And the deeper stuff is going to be taken away. Both these guys aren't going to be open here, right? But what you are going to see is this tight end comes open again. And I'm doing this terribly again. But this tight end will come open again. What the heck? But because his eyes are downfield, I shaded underneath, we get the pick. So what should happen differently? I think the key to this play here, decide right now. This is when you have to decide, right? At this point, you shouldn't be scrambling anymore with your QB because the closest guy is over here, despite the fact that Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa are both, you know, dominant, but whatever. This is the point where you have to get your eyes off of what's downfield. And I know this is a little fuzzy, but you can see me usering back here, and I'm gonna grab Tyreek. And you can see that this guy right here, somewhere back behind that, is gonna float up over top, and he's gonna grab the guy who's crossing over this direction. Now, the idea of this play is great because, you know, in a zone, the idea is you're going to split at some point a cover 2, maybe in the middle. If you're real lucky, you can gap it right there. Or if you only have one guy back there and you have a flat guy down here and all you have is a deep blue zone back here, you'll be able to fit one in front and one behind and force that guy to choose, you know, up or down there. So this is at this point what time you should be making a decision. He should be able to catch this, nice easy first down, and run up field. So this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about us all learning from, and I know that it was helpful for me to watch. And you know, it took me 3 times to recognize what he wanted to go to here, but as you can see, there's almost always an option open if you're especially in zone doing things and can kind of pay attention to what's going on. But as you can see, the flat guy, he can't cover both. You know, he's got to take one, and I'm taking as the user. And this is why it's important to spot a user. Like, I'm taking the user out to play. If my job as a user, and we'll use the right color here for the, thing. If I have a hook curl in the middle of the field and I'm taking him deep, that means, if he otherwise would have dropped down to cover that tight end and take him away, that's not going to happen anymore. So I know this is long. It's probably pointless and there's too much yammering, but hey, it's the first time. Give me a break. That's our first breakdown. And also, Josh, no offense. We all make mistakes.